bees, go Reed and Hosh and Trace. Our world will never be the same. Heroes in the fray. Every hive they find, they exterminate. Call Killer Bee Guy today.
Well, hi guys, Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy here. We got Hosh on camera action. Say good morning, Hosh.
Good morning, Hosh.
This is Joey. I have been waiting to meet Joey for a long time because her husband is a friend of mine, and he's the marshal in Tombstone also. Guess what? I'm a superstar. So when Joey first came out, and she said, well, there's some neighbors over here, like a compound of dentists of all damn things, and they are doing sustainable living things. And they have gardens and whatnot.
Right.
And they have hives.
Right. Yes, our neighbors have informed us they have hives.
And no idea how many or anything like that. Okay, so this is why and then I kind of stopped Joey there and I said, you know what, let's get on because we need to educate people about this and what is going on with Save the Bees.
Yeah, where are they from?
Oh, we have no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because most people that are here know that all the honeybees are Africanized.
Well, they're keeping hives. They're, in theory, keeping European honeybees.
Yes.
Got it.
In
That's
boxes.
to our knowledge. I have not
Yeah,
seen those.
no.
Right.
And of course, you can't tell the difference by looking. They look the same.
Right.
It's genetic, all right, with the Africanized bees. All of the feral unmanaged hives in the state of Arizona are Africanized, period, done deal. And they're so good at what they do that now they're in all the lower 48 states. But I got her attention by saying, well, before 1872, there were never any honeybees in the state of Arizona.
Right.
Ever.
Oh, yeah.
All right, when we think of our nice honeybees, we think European honeybees. Wait a minute, European honeybees. You guys have heard me say this before. I've never heard of an Alabama honeybee, or a southwestern honeybee, or a Mexican honeybee, or anything. They're invasive. There are records, Hosh has looked up on records of, in the early 1600s, when the colonists first came, they wrote back home and said, send my honeybees, there aren't any here. And so they did, and there's ship manifest sending the bees over. Okay. And of course, not all of them made it, but they did. Native Americans hated them so much they called them white man's flies, and that was the nice honeybees. Oh. So they brought them over on wagons, and they made it into California before here because of the gold rush, 1850.
Okay.
So now, when honeybees were our nice, fuzzy, they didn't try to kill us, and they gave us honey. Right?
Okay.
Well, then, being the myopic humans that we are, we can ignore a lot or just not even care. It turns out now Africanized honeybees have brought this to the forefront in a huge, huge, huge way because all of a sudden they want to kill us, our animals and livestock. Okay, well that changes everything. Yes. Let me stare at them a little bit closer. Yes. Let me examine this.
Correct.
Turns out, okay, when people say save the bees, which ones? Honeybees, one basic type of bee, honeybee, whether it's Africanized, European, there are no pure African. They're the crossbreed here. They're one basic type of bee, a honeybee. And then we have all of these native pollinators. Aha, invasive, native. All right. And invasive, of course, does not mean not native. It means invasive. It takes over wherever it goes, like bufflegrass or stinknet or any of the weeds, you know, that we're very familiar with. All right, so the invasive bee is too good at what they do, especially Africanized. They compete with native pollinators for food source and housing. But they're so good at it that they will drive native pollinators off of flowers or kill them for the nectar. Okay. And most of our native pollinators are solitary bees. They live alone. They don't care about us. They're like carpenter bees that'll hover and look at you, or bumblebees, or leaf cutters, mason. They're mostly solitary, and they really don't care about us at all. They're not out to get us. Whereas these guys, of course, will attack if you walk by. They're aggressive. In fact, Joey was telling me this morning when you took the dogs out, there were bees everywhere.
Well, there were several bees out there that were
checking you out.
Checking me out.
Yeah. A little too much.
A little too much, yeah. So we kept the dogs out back. So
I can almost guarantee they came from the hives over here. It's next to impossible, two things, when you're keeping a honeybee hive. everybody, of course, tries to or should, if they're going to insist on keeping an invasive species, keep them European because they're docile. All right. If you're going to have an invasive species, why would you have a deadly invasive species? Especially in the desert Southwest, it's next to impossible to keep your nice bees from becoming Africanized, because these Africanized bees are Vikings. They're absolute horrible. They're hoarders. They rape and pillage. And so, if you've got your nice bees, a neighboring Africanized hive, say under somebody's shed or up in the eaves of the house or whatever, will come in, and they're keen to steal honey. And every hive is an enemy of every other hive. The only reason they visit each other is to steal honey, no matter whether they're European or Africanized. So a neighboring Africanized hive, if there's one in the hood anywhere, will come into your nice, docile European bees, kill all the bees, sting the pupae to death through the caps on the cells, and either steal all the money and go home, or much worse, move in. But move it, and then so when they move into your nice hive, you go out and to tend to your bees, and all of a sudden they're trying to kill you. And that happened in Bisbee a couple of years ago in the summer. A gal had one hive up Brewery Gulch, past Elmo's, one hive, and third generation beekeeper. So what? That's what I have to say about that. And an Africanized hive came in, and she's lucky she had a bee suit on that time. She had the bees right out of her back door, and they were stinging people in a 750-yard radius up the gulch. 2 people in the hospital, 13 people stung. Fire department, police department. And so it's not only next to impossible to keep your bees from becoming Africanized, then once they do, they swarm more often. Okay, swarming is nature's way of propagating their bees. That's where your bees came from, over there. So you've got a hive. 10 or 20% of the bees take off, go find a new place to live. You still got your hive. 5 or 6 times a year was what European honeybees would do that at, if left to their own devices. European honeybees, Africanized honeybees, 30 times a year per hive. They put out 30 new hives per hive. So they're populating the neighborhood. Okay, that's not the only problem. The biggest problem that supersedes us with them trying to kill us and our animals and livestock is the detrimental effect they have on native pollinators. Our native pollinators are struggling anyway. Now, we hear a lot about invasive plant species. Absolutely. Wonderful, right? And we need to weed them out whenever we can. Unfortunately, especially Africanized honeybees are much better at pollinating invasive species. Actually, they're much better at pollinating everything, whether it needs pollination or not. Plants that don't need pollination from bees, these guys will pollinate because they're hoarders. They're Vikings. I mean, you've seen bees around, like pecan trees do not need honeybees for pollination. We get pecan honey from under, sheds and whatnot that are in the middle of a pecan orchard and whatnot. And it's crazy, actually. They will pollinate anything and everything that they can. And so, even beer cans, right? That's why there's so many. You see them everywhere. Okay, that was funny as hell, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, had to throw that one in there. Anyway, that's a little synopsis on it. So, and the biggest problem is, the reason they're invasive is, besides the fact of the swarming, is you've got your hive. You can't keep your bees in your backyard. They need about a 2 to 3 mile radius, depending on the species. 2 to 3 mile radius to pollinate or compete with native pollinators to bring the hordes back to your hive. Then you can take the honey, which is the hordes. We're not going to run out of honey. We're not running out of honeybees. They're everywhere. And they're big agriculture. Yes, that's their forte. They breed their own queens. They are needed for that, for big agriculture and monocropping. They're needed for that, absolutely. But our wild flowers, horrible for them, and our native pollinators. So there will be a test in the morning, and turn to page in the hymnal. Anyway, take us to your queen bee.
This way.
Okay, let's go see what the heck's going on.
Now, as long as they have those hives next door, this is going to continue to be an issue.
Yeah.
You're going to have swarm after swarm move in.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are new to the channel, we're killer bee exterminators. Killer bees were created in a Brazilian laboratory in 1957 when they crossbred African queen bees with European drones. The result was a hyper-aggressive, highly defensive honeybee. They escaped from the labs, took over South America, took over Central America, and they hit the US in the early 90s. By 1998, laboratory in Tucson confirmed that 100% of the feral unmanaged honeybee hives in the state of Arizona had become Africanized, aka killer bees. Killer bees are very dangerous. They kill people, they kill pets, they kill livestock, and they're an existential threat to our native pollinators. We kill every hive we find, and we're going to exterminate this killer bee hive.
Look at this. He's got the Lucha Libre look.
I don't want the bees to recognize me. And so, facial recognition, I don't want them to know who I am.
Oh, great. So they're going to attack me now. Oh, great.
Oh, they've had your number for a long time.
That is true, actually.
Yeah. They all have a wanted poster in every hive.
Every hive of me
has a wanted poster with Reed's
yes, at their little
smug mug on it, wearing that cowboy hat.
They have a bee office, not a post office. Mm-hmm. Getting geared up. We're going to take the big ladder back, take the flashlight, do a look-see in that soffit, in those bird holes. You know, we call them bird holes. They're not. They're vent holes, all right, for ventilation into the attic area. We lovingly call them in the business, construction especially, bird holes, because the birds poke the screens out and move in every damn time. Well, especially since Africanized honeybees, then the Africanized bees come in and move the birds out of the bird holes. So I'm asking you to vote, should we start calling them bee holes? God, I'm funny. Oh my God. A little. Depends on who lives there, right? You know? Depends on who's living in there. I'm not even going to take that any further. I'm leaving it right there where it should not have been dug up anyway.
We're talking you conceal on this one?
Really won't know. We have to get the ladder up there and throw the flashlight on it and see what it looks like, because I have no idea. We have no idea what we're getting into. So
please take a moment. Close your eyes, look deep into your own heart, and examine, self-examine, with Reed, Booth, and Hosh, the killer bee guys. Please, just take a moment to do some inventory on your own soul.
Well, don't do that.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, you don't. You know what I just realized? I gotta put my net on.
Yeah.
Good grief.
All right, gang.
I tell ya.
Here we go.
Where?
To show you being dressed.
I'm not impressed, I'm impressed.
Yes.
All right, here we go, Killer Bee Nation. We're going around the bend. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Winter is definitely over, except on top of the Huachucas. Can't believe there's still snow up there. It's amazing. Oh, here we go. God, what a lovely yard, Jim. This is absolutely spectacular, bud. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm gonna go I'm gonna fall into the creek. Okay. All right, guys, let's find out what's going on. All right, the unwanted squatters not paying rent. Here we go, guys.
Yeah.
I can't see the damn sun in my eyes. Oh, there it is.
Sneak up on this hive.
No, we can't sneak up on it. We're just gonna have to put the ladder up. And okay, go and get down on it. You're gonna see what we did yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Jeez, oh, Friday.
Oh, that was brutal.
Brutal out at the slaughter ranch, and we had to take the big ladder down and extend the damn thing.
All the way?
Yeah, practically all the way, and it was all that Hosh and I could do to keep from crying.
Oh, and I couldn't keep from crying.
No, everything hurts today.
Okay.
All right, you want to take this up on a flashlight and take a look?
Sure.
Okay, flashlight is on.
Let's see what's going on in there.
Here you go. Hosh is taking you all for a little outing.
Come on, gang.
Field trip. Soffit trip. Bee-hole trip.
Yeah. Now, because of the angle,
might not be able to see in there.
Little tricky. I can't bring them with me.
Okay, well, hand that back down then, and you can crawl up there and take a look and see if you see comb or not.
Yep.
Because if you see comb, then of course that's a whole different animal, and we're not nuking. We're going to pry that 2x4 off and hope it's not nailed on too damn good. What are you thinking?
It's oh, they're blowing up. Reed.
Oh, they're coming out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, shit, they're gonna come out. There ain't no stop. We gotta get the spray. Oh my God. Okay, here, take this up quick. I'm gonna get spray adhesive.
Yep.
Just both of us running. Oh.
And Fendona, I don't think there's comb.
There's no comb. I gotta go get this stuff. All right. No comb, right?
Nope. Oh, they're mean. I knew they would be. As soon as I shine that light in there. Oh, fuck! Oh, man! Oh! Oh, God, I just got stung. I got stung on the lip through my mask. Oh, oh boy, that one hurt. Oh. Oof. Oh, it's a mean hive. Whew. What's this? Oh, I'm tearing up. That was a bad one. Whew. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's mean. Oh. Oh, that's gonna swell up. They stung me on my upper lip. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, they're mean. They stung me. They stung me on my lip, my upper lip.
Really? Oh, the little bastard.
Well, I'm hoping it really swells up. It's starting to,
Dicko. Now you got me keeping my chin down.
yeah,
and
you
shit.
should. It's starting to feel a little plump, so I think,
Okay, stay tuned for the swelling.
yeah.
All right, so he's got a Fendone up there. We're just going to put an end to this shit. Oh, man, look at him pouring out of there. This is ridiculous. Holy cow. Okay, Jim, is there screen on those?
No.
Okay, yeah, you're doing it right. Couple of seconds in each hole. Holy cow, Killer Bee Nation. Okay, this has been how it's been this year. Wow. Okay, Joey and Jim, if you guys are watching, I'm so glad you didn't get killed, because this is how bad it is. If these had been at eye level and below, they hate it when you get in their flight path, and that's when it would have gotten absolutely here. That's probably enough.
Yeah.
We'll let them see if they start coming out in get the hell out of here mode.
Oh, boy.
I'll trade you. How's the swelling going?
It's plumping up.
Oh, good, good,
With any
okay.
luck, I'll be able to join the Kardashian cast.
You know what? He just had
Got a future on the Kardashians.
he just had a detox treatment.
I sure did.
A detox. All right, so we're doing the spray adhesive now. What you guys know is the non-toxic way to knock these little bastards out of the air, and then the ants get them. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Man, they are on you. Holy cow. I gotta set that down and show everybody why you shouldn't. This is not a DIY channel. Okay, I guarantee you these bees came from the neighbors. Actually, all swarms come from somewhere, right? And so it's usually the neighbors. Anyway, wow, vicious, Hosh.
Yeah.
How's it looking up there?
Well, they're pouring out.
Here, you want to take this up?
Yeah, I think we're gonna need some steel wool.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. I got some. I picked some up.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you. But what about the? Anyway,
I'm very happy about the steel wool.
I'm happy about your list. I mean.
All right, gang. Killer bees.
No joke, everybody. This is real shit. Okay, here's a BSMR moment.
Yes, you're having one.
It should be pouring out in let's get the hell out of here mode.
Yeah,
Are they?
yeah. Boy, I'm still getting pelted.
Yeah, oh no, they're
I'm
done.
trying to hit him again with the pyrethrum. What do you think?
I think you got them. I mean,
Right, how about the black stuff in the
okay,
can?
yeah, let's hit them with this. Make sure you don't get any on the outside.
Oh, absolutely.
So we did not have to tear out the soffit because it was new, and so there's nothing to remove. But what we do, Jim, is we fill the holes with steel wool. It's a temporary thing, of course. That way you can. Is that spraying in there? Oh, there you go.
I need a full bottle.
Oh, you need a new can?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go for it.
All right. Very good. I'm gonna climb up and. Wow, I am impressed. Woo, man! And that is how they can now realize we did not do anything. He got up there and looked. That was it. Did not touch them. Did not do a damn thing. European bees would, of course, never, ever, ever do that kind of shit. Oh, listen, you can hear him. Listen. Everybody hear him? Wow. Wow. So now I can tell, you see how they're pouring out of those holes and kind of crawling away a little bit off to the right there? That is my right. They're in let's get the hell out of here mode. And you can see some of them that are huge, like that one right there. Those are drones. Those are the males. God damn it, have I got one inside? No. Jeez, I'm about to fly off the ladder. Okay, I'm not going to do that. So they're all those great big huge ones. Okay, you see the difference. There's smaller ones and bigger ones. The huge ones are the males. They cannot sting. They are, there's a lot of them too. Look at all those big ones. Those are all males. Classic for Africanized swarmed hives this time of year. Because they are kicking out drones, because the Africanized drones are much, much better at catching up to a queen on her mating flight. And that's another way that your nice queen can become Africanized. Your nice hive will become Africanized because your European queen will go mate with an Africanized drone, come back and start laying Africanized eggs. And so in 3 weeks, your hive is Africanized because that's how long it takes for them to hatch. A lot of drones. Now the smaller ones, of course, are the worker bees, and they call them that because they do everything, including try to kill us. Wow, pretty impressive, guys. And so it's tapering off. These guys are climbing out. It's the end of the hive. We're going to stuff these holes with steel wool. It's a temporary fix until you can get some, do not use hardware cloth when you seal up holes and whatnot, unless you get the 1/8 inch stuff, because the 1/4 inch is too big. A lot of, birds and a lot of other things can't get into it, but bees can. A 1/4 inch crack or hole is all they need to, if there's room behind it, to have a whole hive back there. So you want to use, if you can find hardware cloth that is 1/8 inch, great. Then do it. But
Hey, Reed,
yo,
what do you think about putting a new van in there?
new van?
Yeah.
Great idea.
Okay.
Great idea. Yep. Hosh had a good idea to put a new van in there. Now, new van is the pest strip. You guys have seen it. You use it before. It off gases for 4 months.
And I got steel wool here too.
Okay, very good.
So we're going to do the automotive undercoating.
Yeah, automotive undercoatings, and just really coat the living hell out of it. And so they really are about done coming out. And there were a shitload of drones. I mean that's Latin for a lot, right? No, really? Wow. And it's already tapering off. It's already calming down. So that's one huge advantage.
Can I hand you this?
Yes, I wish you would.
All right, putting the new van in.
Okay, the new van is the pest strip. Off gases for 4 months. But it's
And steel wool.
and the steel wool to seal up the holes.
Yeah.
Then we're knocking down remnants.
I may need some more. Okay, we'll get there.
All right. Yeah, we have more steel wool.
Yep.
I've got some new ones. I don't know where they are.
Yep.
Then we're going to knock down some of these remnants that
Actually, I can probably, I can do what I need.
Yeah, we just need to seal the hole. We don't need to
Yeah.
do anything structural. So And of course the remnant bees, and Jim and Joey, if you guys are watching, the remnant bees are the bees that are left over from any removal. All these bees farting around, flying around, and also there were some bees out in the field, and they were out, you know, getting to know their new digs because this was a new hive. Man, it's amazing how new hives and swarms are being so damned aggressive this year.
Oh yeah, they are.
Pretty impressive, huh, Hosh?
Oh yeah.
Wow, I can see your lip from here. Anyway. So the remnant bees are going to die off it. And, you know, you guys have heard me say it 1,000 times. They're like an amputated limb. So if you live without your arm, but your arm cannot live without you. If your arm laying on the ground, it's dead. And your arm cannot crawl over to another human and join it. These bees cannot go back to the neighbors and rejoin a hive. The moment they leave a hive and swarm, they're enemies. Period, of every other hive. I'm going to close up a couple over here. So, the other reason you're going to have bees farting around, not so much with a new hive like this. They didn't build any comb, this is brand new. Older hives that have been there, in a 3-mile radius, all the beehives know about each other in case they can steal honey from each other. They're total Vikings. So in a 3-mile radius, including all the neighbors' hives, if this was an old hive, this doesn't really apply to this one, but it's really cool anyway, you'll have robber bees. So you got remnants and robber bees. Remnants being from your own hive that will die off. They cannot start a new hive. They cannot go to join another hive. They're like individual cells. They will die off. Robber bees are from neighboring hives. Like I always tell people, I can control and kill and take care of your bees, your hive. I cannot control the neighbor's hives. And they're going to come sniffing around. And lately, they've been aggressive. That never used to happen. It's just getting weirder. I mean, damn these bees. So, that's what to expect after this. And of course, I have all that in writing and all that, Jim, so that you guys can, Jim and Joey, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to seal up a couple more holes because I can. Oh, where am I here? And, anybody got any questions or anything?
Well, yeah, what about honeybees on farms?
Right, okay, well, on farms, you know, there are honeybees in the Western Hemisphere are good for only one thing, and that is pollinating big agriculture, monocrops, where you've got many acres of one type of plant. All right, that's monocropping. It's horrible for the environment and whatnot, but we get a lot of our food from it, and so that's what the honeybees are good for, because they will pollinate anything. They don't care, and they're not as good at it as native bees for native plants, not by any means, but they really, with monocrops and big ag, really get the job done. Absolutely. And they are needed for that. And that's where it should stay. I hate to say it, but the backyard beekeeper cannot, the reason they're invasive, one of the reasons is, you cannot keep your bees in your backyard if you are a backyard beekeeper. You can't do it. They need a 2 to 3 mile radius to pollinate and to collect nectar and to devastate the native pollinators. What this boils down to is a distinction. It's very simple. No emotion, no politics, no religion. It's simple, simple, simple. Invasive versus native. That's it. Throw everything else out the window. So if you are pro-invasive species, that kind of lets you get away with a lot. That's for sure. But you should come to grips with it. You should come to terms with it that you are keeping and perpetuating an invasive species. It's just the truth. It has nothing to do with emotion or, oh, I love my bees. Who gives a shit? They're an invasive species.
Now,
Africanized honeybees really brought this to my brain.
Now, if you're on a small family farm, you really should try to plant some native plants there and encourage native pollinators
Along with.
to be there.
Along with.
Along with, yeah.
Now, I mean, I do understand. If you look into it, they have actually found that native pollinators in small garden plots are better at pollinating your fruits and vegetables than honeybees. The problem with honeybees is they've got to go to a 3 mile radius and torture everybody in that 3 mile radius, depleting resources and driving to or near extinction native pollinators. So it boils down to invasive versus native. That's all it is.
It's pretty simple.
Black and white, no gray area, except here.
There it is.
Anyway.
Let's see that gray area.
Only gray. It's the only
There it
gray
is. There's
area
the gray
in the
area.
universe. That's
Okay.
it. The only gray area. I dye it gray. I use that
Just for
stuff
wise.
Just for really old men. Anyway, invasive, native. That's it. That's it. So whatever stance you take on it, however adamant you are about whatever you think, just think about that. Invasive versus native. That's all. Anything else you make up above that is just shit frosting on a shit cake. That's all it is. All right. Invasive versus native. I mean, we get a lot of comments from beekeepers and people that perpetuate this. Oh, they don't like us at all. Oh, no, no, no. And we don't really give a shit. I mean, we're talking native pollinators. That's it.
I give one shit.
You give
Just one.
half a, yeah, right.
Just one. I give a turd.
Yes, big guys that haul them around for pollination, they're needed, absolutely. I agree with that completely. But they raise their own queens. If they get a hot hive or an angry hive, they kill it. They're just farm animals is all they are to them. Whereas the backyard beekeeper is like, oh, I love my bees and shit like that. Okay, it's invasive. I boil it down every single time that I say anything. Invasive versus native. That's it. Invasive versus native. So I'm gonna. They should be gathering up there a little bit.
Let's
Are
see.
they? Not yet. You know why? It was a brand new hive.
Yeah.
They don't have the terrain figured out yet.
Yeah, they all left to go start a new hive, maybe.
Where's my smoker?
Yeah. No, I'm being facetious. Do you want to address that particular?
I'll undress it and strip it down. Well, yeah, they can't. These bees, like everybody thinks that they're going to go off and start a new hive. They can't. They're individual cells of that hive. That's it. If they go to another hive, they will be killed or driven off. Period. They cannot go join another hive without some serious manipulation by a beekeeper. Nobody in the right mind wants these damn bees. They are horrible. They're much worse for our native environment. Invasive, native. Invasive, native. Are you pro-invasive species? If you're a pro-honeybee, you're pro-invasive species. Do you have any others that are favorites? Let us know. Do you like buffalo grass? Fountain grass, maybe stinknet. I don't know, these grasses. A lot of people are becoming very, very aware of the invasive species of a lot of plants that are horrible.
Right. Or murder hornets. Maybe you're pro murder hornet.
Yeah, I am.
Or
we don't have any.
Or what else? What else? The Asian carp.
Oh, the Asian carp that jump in your boat. I'm always for any fish that'll jump in my boat. I grew up in Wisconsin fishing, but no, I'm kidding. Invasive is invasive.
That's it.
Hosh is actually right. These carp are driving out and to extinction a lot of our native fish, like even in the Mississippi, for God's sake. And that's what honeybees are doing, especially with Africanization. So, okay, boil it down again. Invasive native, invasive native.
Keep doing that.
Native,
Keep doing it.
native,
Keep
invasive
going.
Native.
Keep going.
Oh, my back hurts. Invasive native.
Keep going. More.
No.
More.
No. So
It's a gift.
We did it, you
Oh,
guys.
look, they're balling up there.
What? Oh, you know why? Mm-hmm. They're very landmark oriented.
Yeah.
All right, so actually they are. So that doesn't smell good anymore, and the door is closed where they were. But all these holes look the same to them, and there it is.
Yeah.
Look at that up there. Show everybody. They are gathering up.
Yeah, it's like they don't have screens in
there.
any of these bird holes
So, of
here.
course, what I really don't like is I smell wood smoke now. And you know, that always makes me nervous out here.
Right.
So, okay, we're going to start doing a little bit of cleanup. Thank you so much, you guys. This was awesome. We did it. It's just knocking down a few remnants. And, Hosh, do you have anything to say about soffits and various situations?
Yeah.
Various situations?
I do.
Or carrion, in
If
our
you're in
case.
Cochise County and you've got honeybees coming and going out of soffit holes like this, okay? They're killer bees. 100% of the feral unmanaged honeybee hives in the state of Arizona are Africanized, aka killer bees. Arizona, Cochise County, all of them. Now the truth is, south of the Mason-Dixon line, this is becoming an increasing problem. It becomes a Russian roulette game. So what we say is play it safe. We don't need feral honeybees. They're invasive, so whether they're Africanized or European, we don't care. Anywhere in the U.S., feral honeybee hives, exterminate them. Save our native pollinators. We'll see you guys on the next job.
Hiding in your soffits for underneath your shed. A fussy superorganism wants you good and dead. They've watched and waited patiently and lulled you into trust. But wait